The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that, if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
I ain't drunk, I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come on now,
time.
you all don't feel like that.
Hey kids, bam! Happy Sunday night after Thanksgiving weekend and all that good shit. Oh my goodness, what a mess. You guys can't appreciate how fucking messy my workbench is right now. Trust me when I say, if you could see the sides of it, there's one side, there's the other. Yeah, pretty fucking bad. But that's okay. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. I did the family thing, went to my mom's up north. That was all good. So I was kind of offline for a while, but I had an absolutely awesome day quad-wise coming home. I got home and, I was doing the family thing, so I didn't bring any birds with me. And I was raised on a lake, and there's beautiful footage. And I didn't bring a drone with me because I have my babies with me, my wife and my girls. And took some beautiful pictures and sent them to my buddies. And they're like, oh, did you get some flying in? I'm like, nope. But I'm going back home the week of December 13th, because my mom's having a surgery, and I'm going to take care of her up there. And I'm going to bring Ewad, maybe Troll Hunter, if I'm so inclined, whatever, and get some flying over the lake done. It's really pretty up there this time of year. But anyway, I had an absolutely amazing day when I got home, because in the mail while I was gone, I got a couple of things. One of the guys, one of the founders, and I call him a founder, it was me and Rocco that came up with Patriot Blades, and Patriot Blades is taken off. No pun intended. This little birdie is getting into circulation this week. My brother Shiloh, Juan out in New York, he's got the bird that Gimbal Guy and I built. And we're getting all these other ones in. Corey and I are doing this build, and there's builds and builds and builds and builds. So Patriot Blades is taking off, and once it really starts going, I get 4 or 5 birds into circulation. That's when I'm going to reach out to all my brothers out here and say, hey, you guys want in, you want out. But anyway, I've got some just absolutely amazing friends on my channel. And one of those, you guys have heard me rant on about Quadfather. And he is PJ, and he's down in Louisiana, and Quadfather and I have been talking forever. I think pretty much since I really started doing the channel for real, not just, oh, here's a video, just kind of, a little bit more interesting. And I love PJ, and I sent him a frame, and he sent me stuff, and I said, hey, I got this, Rocco and I have this great idea for a club, blah, 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 Patriot Blades. You guys have all heard that. I'm not going to go into it. And I'm like, you're an artist. He told me, he's like, because I said in one of my videos, I'm like, I need somebody that can fucking draw, because I'm a computer guy and a music guy. I am not an artist, And he's like, well, dude, I'm a licensed tattoo guy, and, I'm all into that. And so he writes up the beautiful Patriot Blades symbol that we have, the flag and all that stuff. And I've also got another friend who's sending some stickers, too, and I'm going to talk about him when those come. And this stuff's just for fun, obviously. But anyway, out of the goodness of PJ's heart, I'm just referred to him as Quadfather, because that's just the coolest fucking name ever. My brother Quad. And I've sent him some stuff too, and, we swap things back and forth as friends that don't need to be on the channel. And so he's like, I want to make you some shirts, and that's what we did. Okay. So he mailed them a couple days ago. And the poor fucker, he paid for 2-day shipping, USPS, United States Postal Service, and they didn't get here till yesterday. And I wasn't even here to get them. I was back home in Indiana. And but he made some for me and a couple of the other guys. But I want to show you what he did. Hang on. Now, I'm not going to get this whole thing in shot, obviously. But look at that. JJ Roto Geek. Now, this is airbrushed. These are not iron-ons. This is not something he designed on a computer. This is something that he just airbrushed. And he made 5 of these t-shirts. He made me a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, and he made a few of the other guys' shirts too, just out of the goodness of his heart. And they're like identical, but the dude airbrushed them. He's fucking talented dude. Now, I'm going to flip this over. Oh, look at it. How fucking cool is that? Patriot Blades. Absolutely gorgeous. It's got our soldiers and arms. It's got our camouflage quad blade, our beautiful flag, our country's colors, and Patriot Blades, the club symbol on there. And this is a t-shirt. And the sweatshirt's even better. The sweatshirt says JJ RotoGeek really big across the stomach, and then it's just, and I think it says 911, 911 in here. Absolutely just, I am so taken back. I love art, especially art from friends, and I just absolutely love and adore this shirt. Period, paragraph. Quadfather, and I'm going to put a link to his page down in the description. I'm not going to do a card because that takes too long. Look in the bottom of the description, and Quadfather's page, which there ain't a whole lot on there, I don't think, yet. Great human being. Love him and his family. We've been friends. I think Quad and I have been friends longer than anybody else on the channel that is friends with me, if I'm not mistaken. And I sent him a token of my appreciation too, which, you know, whatever. But I said, hey, come up with a symbol for Patriot Blades, and he came up with all of this. And he had a different font for the Patriot Blades that he ended up changing at the end. And the prop, the only input I had on this was, dude, make the prop camo. He already had the prop, but I said, can you make it camo? And he's like, yeah, that's cool. And he did it, and it's just, I absolutely am in love with this. He also sent me, out of the goodness of his heart, the original drawing that he did of Patriot Blades. So I scanned it, and if I've a lot of you guys on my channel I talk to one-on-one and in certain chat rooms and things, and I've sent you guys that scan. And the original I'm getting a frame for probably tomorrow, and that's going to hang up next to some of my birds up here on the wall, and next to my coveted hat that Zebra sent me from the Sandland. So that's where that's going to hang, and I'll send a picture of that when I get it hung up. But thank you, my brother PJ, and you are my brother. And I told him, I said, he's a tattoo guy. I got a few tats, and I said, you are going to tattoo that on my ass. Not on my ass. You know, I'm not all Bardwell about it, but, you know, you're going to give me a tat one of these days of this. And he's like, absolutely, brother. And so special thanks to him. But one of the things is, a lot of you guys want to be in this club, and you probably will be. We just need to get this thing rolling. Like I said a week ago, within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have 4 or 5 birds in circulation, and we are. Gimbal Guy's getting one of the birds tomorrow that I sent him, which is Rocco. Shiloh has another one of the birds, the bird that Gimbal and I built, and then I've got another one going, a couple more going in. My wife 4 is going in, and I got guys donating, and I got a good friend of mine building a Cerebus. And as these frames come in, or parts or builds or whatever we do, they will be on my channel. I will talk about the person personally and whatever else. But anyway, back to the point. You don't have to be a member of the club to have one of these t-shirts. If you guys, like I said, I'm going to put Quadfather's page, because I'm not going to divulge his personal information, his page down in the comments section of this video. And if you guys want a sweatshirt, hoodie, or a normal sweatshirt or t-shirt or whatever you want, he said I would be happy to make them for anyone who wants one. I don't know what he's going to charge. But he is going to charge something. He's not going to supply the world with Patriot Blades t-shirts. And I'm going to put in a special order with him too, and he is going to take my money, or I'm going to punt him into next week. So, but anyway, that's a special shirt for a friend of mine that I truly want to pay for. So if you guys want a Patriot Blades shirt, please talk to Quadfather. It has nothing to do with the club. I mean, it does have to do with the club, but there's no money. It's all about Quadfather and his art and making a t-shirt for you guys. It's just cool. And maybe he can do some custom stuff on there too. He'll put your name on there, and maybe he can put a little bird. I don't know. You know, talk to him. He's a great human being. Love him dearly. He's stuck with me the rest of his life. So another friend of mine who I love dearly, he and I have talked for quite a while too, and his name's Quint. And his and I'm going to put just a link to his page down in the comments too. And Quint is from Australia. And a good friend of mine, we talk all the time, we joke around, and I'm an airhead, and he knows it, and it's fun. And anyway, he's like, hey, I got a 3D printer, and I'm printing off this frame, and I want you to have one. Okay. And I thought, I would love that, because I'm even behind on the one Tom sent me. Where is that thing? I have it hanging up. Tom, I have not forgotten about you. I promise you I'm not a dickhead. Where is it? It's here somewhere. And I am going to build up your frame and totally review it. it's hanging. Anyway, so please, Tom, I know Tom and I have been designing, and Nicola have been designing a frame, a quadcopter frame, and I've been so bad about it because I've just been so busy with work in the channel and quads and building quads for friends and blah, 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 blah. Tom, I have not forgotten. I'm going to review the frame. I'm going to build the frame. We're going to fly. Here it is. And we're going to fly the frame, and we're going to crash it. I love it. I think it's a stellar idea. It needs to be a little bit thicker maybe in the future, but absolutely love it. But anyway, my brother, so shout out to you, Tom. Love you. I have not forgotten. I promise. I'm good on my word. My brother Quint in Australia, he's like, hey, brother, we talk. And he said, I am 3D printing he didn't like the baby hawk either, the Emax crappy hawk that I always talk about, the big piece of shit that Bardwell thought was the best thing since his old lady's hairy ass. And I'm just like, no, baby hawks are crap. And I turned my baby hawk, as we all know, into a Y4 crazy bitch. And so Quint had a better idea. He's like, I'm going to print my own frame, right? And so he did, and he goes, would you like one? And he's all the way down in Australia, and that's relatively expensive shipping, right? And I said, dude, I would love that. I love getting things from friends. I don't give a shit about production frames. I don't give a shit about corporate anything. I don't want money. I don't want any of that crap. But if somebody like Quadfather sends me the t-shirt, or, Tom sends me his frame to test out. This is actually the first frame anybody ever sent me that was a personal thing. And then Quint's like, oh, I'd love to print one of these out for you. And Quint is Hippo, what is it, dude? Hippo IX or some shit. I'll put his page in the description. He goes, oh, I'd love to send this to you. I'm like, okay, cool. And he goes, oh, I also threw a couple other little trinkets in there. Now, he knows I'm a pipe collector. Smoking pipes. Been collecting pipes since 1993, 94, from all over the world. I have an immense pipe collection. And I don't smoke anymore. I do the vape thing, as you guys know. But I have the most gorgeous pipe collection on the face of the planet. I have 300 or 400 of them. And so one of the things that he sent me is a 3D printed pipe holder. And as soon as I opened the box, I saw this. I'm like, oh, I know what that is. And my wife's like, what the fuck is that thing? It's like hockey puck for Polacks, or nothing against Polish, but yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's a pipe holder. So what I've done in your honor, this is going to go in my pipe case, and I'll shoot a picture of my pipe case up eventually here. I thought I got to pick a good pipe. Now I have very, very, very high-end pipe collection. Okay. So I'm thinking I got to do something really, really nice. Now, for those of you that know pipes, this is a German pipe made out of briar. It's called a Design Berlin. Okay, that's the name of the company that makes this, handcrafted. And this is called the Apple. All right, I've had this for a few years. The Apple is, I think, a $300 pipe, something like that. And you guys are like, fuck, dude, really? $300 for a fucking pipe? Yeah, I know, but it's an heirloom thing. So Design Berlin, the Apple. Very expensive, gorgeous pipe. I actually pre-ordered this from Germany, and they made it custom for me a few years back and waited for it to get shipped to America. An absolutely gorgeous pipe. I love it. Oh, it smells so fucking good. If my wife wasn't so hot, guys, I'd be fucking smoking this right now. Anyway, Chris and his buddies, explicit, they know what this is. But this is a very, very, very nice pipe. This is going in my Quint 3D printed pipe holder. Look at that. Oh, in my pipe case. Thank you very much. This isn't about pipes. But anyway, he sends me this box of stuff. There's, and so I pull this stuff out, and he sends me this gorgeous letter, handwritten letter, which I'll read to you later. It's for me. It's not for everybody else. Wonderful guy. And he sends me these props. I'm like, what the fuck is he sending me? And he sends me this Phaser FPV decal, which he knows I love stickers, right? And I don't even know what a Phaser FPV is, but it's fucking cool. And then he sends me standoffs and blades and foam that I can use on barometers. And then he sends me all this shit. And I'm like, dude, this is so cool. I'm so putting that shit on my goggles. I don't even know what this is. I have to Google it. I don't care. It's cool. It's stickers from a friend. That's like the coolest shit ever. Then he decides, I pulled it out by accident. I've been drinking. He sends me 2 frames, 3D printed by my brother in Australia. And I'm going to lose all the parts. Look at this. And he put BAM on the fucking top. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life? And he made me 2. I am like so stoked. This is cool. Look at that. I have a call sign. And it's basically like a little fucking QAV 250 type of doohickey. I haven't put one together yet. But look at how clever this is. He's got like a little board holder. I think he made this to turn the baby hawk into a real bird, which is pretty much impossible. I'm not going to build this with baby hawk parts. I'm going to build this Australian style. We're going to do this with some bad equipment. And he's like, actually, the thing holds up pretty good, dude. It's, not as fragile as you think. Look at that. Look at it. It's got my BAM. Oh, dude, I love you. That is so cool. I'm going to do a build video on that just for fun because it's going to be a cool frame. It's actually it's got some flex, but not bad. It's actually, it's better than I thought it was going to be because I've done some 3D printed shit and not so much, but this, I like it. And he said, I'll read you what he said. That's kind of funny. He said something about don't use high-powered equipment in it because it is just 3D print. But anyway, that is absolutely the cat's ass. Now, one of the things thank you, brother, so much. This means more to me than you could know. One of the other things that he sent to me that I just thought was the most awesome thing in the world, he is a military man too. Aircrew, Australia, okay? I don't know, you guys have heard me preach on my channel all the fucking time. I don't care what country you're in. If you're not behind your military, unless it's North Korea or some crazy ISIS shit, get the fuck off my channel because that's why, we're not going to go into that rant. But anyway, bam, look at this. He sends me this patch, and I love it. I love it so much, and it's like, this is going to go up with my flag that Zebra sent me because this stuff to me means just everything. So, I asked him, I said, give me a little bit of history behind, I'm going to read this because I don't remember shit. He said, I think I said it was an Afghanistan patch at first, but after finding the other ones, this is the one I wore in East Timor, which was an Australian, New Zealand stabilized country north of Australia. I did 3 tours there over 5 years, 2 as an aircraft tech and 1 as a Black Hawk aircrewman door gunner. How cool is that, right? I used that patch as an aircrew in 2011 on a 6-month stint security tour. It's obviously in good condition as my old busted ones went to family. Thank you, my brother love. I'm going to put this with my coveted flag that Zebra sent me, and it's going to reside there with Zebra. Actually, I'm going to put it in the flag box with the American flag, which some people may poo-poo, but Australia's our friends, and that's just it, and you're a brother of mine, and Zebra would agree, I'm sure. Thank you so frickin' much. And just to let you know, I've done a lot of robotic work in my career on that specific helicopter. So, yeah, we got a little bit of a connection there. So how frickin' cool is that? Shout out to Hippo. I'm going to put his, which is actually Quint, I'm going to put his page down there too, right below Quadfather. So he sent me this badass frame. I am going to build it. I'm going to build Tom's too. I have not forgotten about you. I feel like such a dickhead. I've just been so busy trying to get shit squared away. And he sent me a beautiful letter too, these handwritten letters. And I save all this stuff because that means more to me than anything else. So there you go. Oh, mwah. I kissed it. I love it. And my flag, I'm telling you what, my Zebra flag, fucking forget about it. He thinks I'm nuts about it, and I'm like, no, dude, that thing goes in the grave with me. I love that shit. You got to know me really well to understand how psychotic I am about country and brotherhood. But anyway, one more quick thing. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant because that's what this is about. I built this week, and the only reason I'm doing this, I built this the same day that I finished the Troll Hunter build video, which actually I didn't finish it. I'm going to put one more quick little video up with that. I haven't put the VTX in yet. That's what this wire is right here. I built this for a very, very good friend of mine. His name is Lincoln David, and he's out in North Carolina. We've been friends for a long time. He's a great supporter of the club. I talked to him and his friends and his cousins. I think I told you guys that. But anyway, this is a full-scale GPS drone that I built for him. And he picked everything out. I did pick out the frame. I said, use this frame, and he did that. But I built this up that day that I did the Troll Hunter video. And it's going to just be basically like an EWAD. This thing's going to be the most badass drone, dude. You look at it, it's like, that's just a fucking alien quadcopter. No. Full GPS, iNav enabled. This thing's just going to be bad to the fucking bone. Got a little bit of wiring to straighten up. But this thing pretty much turned out like a work of art. It really, look at that. Bam, it did. And I was so excited to build this. And I told him, because it's for a friend. I didn't pay for this. He paid for it. I don't have that bolt on. He paid for it. He's doing it. He's like, I'm going to send you all these parts and I'm going to build this I'm going to send the parts to you, and I want you to build me a JJ RotoGeek drone. And so I did, and it turned out absolutely stellar. And I said, I'm going to have a lot of people pissed off at me because I'm supposed to be finishing the Troll Hunter video tonight, but this was a couple days ago, obviously. And I was like, but I'm so excited to build this for you. Fuck them, I'm going to do it. And that's what I did. This thing's got LEDs, it's got voltmeters on it, it's got full, obviously, FPV. It's got the RMRC Silverline motors on it, Omnibus F3 receiver, 16 channel, whatever camera he bought, I can't remember, radio link GPS. I mean, this thing's going to be bad to the fucking bone. Unfortunately, I got work screwing up my schedule Monday and Tuesday, but I will be shooting this out to my brother, Lincoln, on no later than Wednesday. It'll be done. I have to calibrate it yet and test fly it. Bam, it's done. So, there you go. Bam. One more thing. I finally decided to bite the bullet. Where's my vape? And my brother, Explicit FPV, Chris, he's always tiny whoop. My brother Matt in the UK, tiny whoop. These little fucking toy weenie copters. And I'm offending a lot of people out there. I get that. And so I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm going to build a Jason Tiny Whoop, right? So I've got the 1S flight tower, which is an Omnibus F4 with a 6 amp ESC all in one little tiny tower, and I got a little VTX and all this crap. And I got, 20,000 kV brushless motors. Let me see if I can find them. Look at these tiny little cunts. Look at this. Yeah, 20,000 kV. Look how tiny. Right? Brushless, though. I don't do that brush stuff. So, we have a Tamaquad frame coming in for that. Hopefully that's going to be this week. And so I got on the 1S train. But the whole thing, I got my props. And I asked Explicit, I said, dude, tell me what good props to get, because I don't know shit about tiny whoops and crap. And he's like, oh, just get tiny whoop, what are these things? 31 millimeter. All right. Really? That's a propeller? That looks like something you put on a little boat in a bathtub, man. I mean, that's like fucking, really? It's like Bardwell circumcision, whatever. All right, brother, this shit better fly or I'm kicking your ass. Anyway, so one last thing. I want to talk about a couple of my friends. Hang on, you drink. A couple of my friends have been really going off about this Bardwell shit lately, which is funny because I'm usually the one that does, but I've just kind of grown used to it. And first it was about the battery tester, and I already ranted on about that, you know, the whole begging for money so we can test batteries, which actually absolutely has no conclusive evidence whatsoever on the fucking face of the planet, if you truly know anything about electronics. And he doesn't, obviously. I know Bardwell tries, he really does, but he's snowing those people, because a battery on a standard load, or even a varying load, doesn't tell you how it's going to perform on a quad. And I went through this before. I'm not going to go over it again. Well, a couple of my brothers on my channel, we're all a bunch of tattooed biker, good old-fashioned diehard Americanas and other countries. They start bashing on Bardwell on his page today, and I'm just like, whatever. And Bardwell came back to my brother Zebra, and he said, well, you obviously don't have a scientific mind, and blah, blah, blah. Well, Bardwell's a fucking beggar. Okay, I hope I offend every fucking person that loves him, because all the dude wants is money. And my buddy Gray said, well, you should donate, after you're done with your tests, you should donate that battery tester. And Bardwell's literal response was, yeah, right, I'm not ever doing that. Literally, he said, no way, or something like that, which doesn't surprise me. And the battery tester, what the fuck? 99.9% of the population out there wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. Bardwell probably doesn't either. He just pretends he does. He's probably researching it on YouTube so he can figure out how to fucking work it. But what I would say to Bardwell is, fuck that. Donate the batteries. All those batteries you test, give them away. Keep the fucking battery tester. Who the fuck? I'm telling you guys right now, buy a Fluke. That's how you test a fucking battery. It's called an amp meter, idiot. Anyway, so he really was a dick. He said to my brother Zebra, who's a very, very good friend of mine. I'm actually mailing him a frame tomorrow. And he said, well, you obviously don't have a scientific mind, and I don't know what you're doing on my channel. Okay, whatever, Bardwell. You talk down to your fucking people like crazy. I mean, literally the guy starts videos out like, I'm going to dumb this down for you guys because I know most of you can't understand it. Really? Really? Okay, all right. I know I come off as an airhead. I come off as the drinking motorcycle, whatever, dude. I will match technical wits with that guy any fucking day of the week. But as far as battery testing, really? Okay. You have to have 25 batteries from every manufacturer that are identical just to come up with a statistical advantage of what the repeatability of those voltages are. He's not going to do that. I mean, the whole thing's fucking ridiculous, right? Okay, end of story. I mean, the whole battery testing thing, and Bardwell, I think you're a cunt. I mean, I always have. And that's fine. People want to follow you, and I call it the cult of morons. Bardwell and the cult of morons, which cum. The Cum Club. That's what we're going to call them. We're Patriot Blades. They're the Cum Club. And I'll take my 700 people, and we can fight their 52,000. I bet we'd still win because they'd all bring water guns and paper airplanes. But anyway, another friend of mine on the channel tonight, and I'm driving home from Indiana, whatever, and he shoots me his fucking text. He's like, and I've gotten a couple of them, and he said, what is it with this guy in the fucking dress? And, Bardwell, a long time ago, I think, somebody sent it to me because I don't watch his shit because I'm not going to lower my IQ that much. Somebody said something about his dress, and he explained it's a katan or katarn or whatever the fuck it's called, a kilt. And I have respect for kilts because at least that's heritage. What he's wearing is a fucking skirt. I'm sorry, I've seen that pattern at Joanne Fabrics. Dude, I'm telling you, it's a fucking skirt. And I told my friend, I said, and a couple of people on his channel that bashed on him about it, I said, guys, you're looking too deep. And Bardwell said something I totally agree with. I totally agree with this. Bardwell said, I'm not gay, because somebody said, are you gay? You're wearing a skirt. And he goes, no, gay men don't wear skirts. It's none of your fucking business anyhow, basically. Only he said it in PG because he's not allowed to cuss because, he might lose revenue. And he's right. I've known a lot of gay guys and gay women, and most of them don't wear skirts. That just makes Bardwell even more blasé than that. He does it for publicity. 100 fucking %. Bardwell's about money. And there are those of us that are about making the hobby better and contributing and giving things away that we build for friends, or doing a Patriot Blades nonprofit club and all the things I do off sides that people don't even see what I do on the YouTube channel. YouTube channel is just for fun. It's just, I have a job. I don't need to beg for fucking money. I don't need $4,000 to do this or $3,000 to do that. If I want to do something, I'll fucking pay for it myself because I have a pair of balls and I'm a guy and he's a fucking chick. I'm sorry, he wears the skirt for publicity because he's that guy. Here's a stereotype, but it's true. I'm good at psychological evaluations. He's that guy that nobody would play with in the sandbox. He's that guy that got picked on in fucking high school. He's that guy that the musicians and the jocks wouldn't fucking talk to in school. So he finds this little YouTube niche because he's a little geeky. He probably went to some fucking tech school and he thinks he's brilliant now. Nothing against tech schools. I went to one too. But, I also went to Columbia too. So either way. And so he finds this little niche. Okay, fine. Now I need to wear a skirt. I need to do something to get the word around, because any publicity is good publicity. We've all learned that from Hollywood, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to have a sex change, or I'm going to be this, I'm going to be a hermaphrodite, I'm going to be what the fuck ever. Same thing with people diving bridges, those idiots diving bridges with people in cars. I mean, they should be fucking shot in the head, but whatever. And Bardwell's no different. He isn't. And, it's like all of a sudden now he gets to play with the big boys of the quad world. He's doing little walks with these guys and people respect him and where else because they know his name, which is great. He's he's into the business end of it. That's great. But don't fall for the whole skirt thing. Don't even go after him about that because it's just publicity stunts. That's all it is. My publicity stunt is, I guess drinking? Is that right? Yeah, must be. I don't know, because I'm not making shit on money, which I don't want to. It's all good. I love building drones for friends. I think it's cool that they think it's awesome. I love that my friends will put a name on a fucking t-shirt for me and send it to me. I just think that is, without a doubt, and my brother Zebra that sent me the flag from Sandland. You can't top that. You give me, I'll tell you what, here guys, watch this. I want you to give me $4,000 and I'll build one of these to test your batteries. Yeah, seriously, that's how stupid his demographic is. But that's fine. He has done stuff for the hobby in the past. I think the guy's a complete fucking douchebag. I'll say it to his face, I'll say it whatever, but he and I are different, thank God. Thank fucking God Almighty. I pray. Thank you. We are different people, but we're also doing it for different reasons. I'm doing it for friendship, trust, Americana, and joining countries together and just having fun. I don't make any money. I will never make any money at this because I have a real fucking job and I'm smart enough to have a job that makes a lot of money. Apparently he is not. $4,000, spend $200 buy a quadcopter. That's how you test a fucking battery. He's in it for the money. I'm in it for the camaraderie. That's it. So the whole skirt thing and all that crap with him, just let it go, guys. He just wants people to pay attention to him. He's insecure. Look at the psychological evaluation. His name is Josh, but he goes by Joshua because he thinks it sounds more intellectual. Fine. He's an RF engineer, and he uses big words on fucking purpose. I've known these types throughout my travels of my career. I'm a robotics engineer. Trust me, guys. Guys like him wouldn't even make it like 10 feet through the door with what most technical people do. Kind of like the home ec of computers, what he does. So he's got the, what do they call it? Short man syndrome. Nothing against short people, but you guys know the name. Short man syndrome is like the whole insecure people picked on me. Now I have to be a big fish in a little pond. And this is a very small demographic community. He wants to be that guy. Let him. Bam. He'll sink his own ship eventually. And if he doesn't, great. Let him make a buck. That's his thing. So anyway, that's my rant. Love you guys. Love you. Thank you for all the stuff, the amazing stuff you've sent in, the t-shirts, the frames, the Goodwills and everything else. And like I said, I'll take my 700 people against the 55,000 that Bardwell has, and we'll meet up in the alley and see who comes out crying. Later, brothers. Bye.
Bam, JJ. Hope you like fishing.